Who needs a ladder? Just avoid rolling the 10. Welcome to my new viewers. To my subscribers, welcome back. My name is Mike. This is my channel where I look at, review, and try different craps strategies. Thanks for joining. Hey everyone, it's Mike. Welcome back to the channel. So on the screen, I have a screenshot of the last video that we played. It was a laddering system on the inside bets with a hedge lay bet behind the 10. So I played this a few times. I posted it. I got a couple comments. One person commented and said, why even use a ladder system? Use the same system that you've got here. Add a bet on the 4 and increase your lay bet a little bit to cover the inside place bets. But just play this, and if you hit the 10 and you lose that 100 or 115, just continue playing it, because the odds of the wins versus the losses are supposedly such a good favor that you'll make up that loss anyway. You don't need to progress up the ladder. And if you do progress up and hit the 10 again, you just dig yourself a deeper hole. So I'm going to try that. It reminded me of a system that we played a few months back. Two systems really. One was from Color Up, where we played 135 across, no hedge betting, just 135 across, looked for 2 quick hits, and then regressed down and played with the winnings. Then Mark the Point did the same thing, but he did 160 across. He looked for 3 hits so he could earn a little bit more money and then pull his original bets down and play 110 across, or 110 inside. But I'm going to go ahead and try to play the hedge system. So it's an inside system. It's a cross system. We're going to go ahead and put a bet on the 4. But we'll hedge the 7 out with a lay bet behind the 10. And this is what it's going to look like. So I'm going to start off with $10 inside. $10 across. Like that. I'm going to pull the bet on the 10 down and replace it with, if you see, I've got $54 out right now. So a $100 lay bet's not going to cover that on a 7 out. I'm going to go ahead and increase this to 120. Like that. No, not like that. Darn it. Like this. Okay. So a hit on the 7, I would get paid $60 minus a VIG, but I would lose the 54. So I'd still be a winner on a 7 out. So all I'm doing here is I'm going to play. It's a very slow system that hopefully builds up very slow. And then when you hit the 10, you have a big loss. You have to build it back up. No laddering, no progression. So here's what it's going to look like. I've got all my bets are working. So let's just roll it a few times and I'll show you how this looks. So the 3 is not going to help us. We need an inside, we need a box number basically. Okay, there's a 7. So on the 7 out, I did lose my $54 that I had on my place bets, but I won 60 minus the VIG. Let's take a look at that. I won 57 on the lay bet on the 10. That covered my $54 place bet. That yielded me a $3 win. So I win on the 7. If I hit the repeat button, it'll bring that back up. All I'm trying to do here is avoid the 10. I don't want to hit a 10. And if you look at roll distributions, the 10 should not roll nearly as many times as the 5, 6, 8, and 9. Okay? And in this case, even the 4 is going to win. So let's go ahead and roll. So it's not like Color Up and Mark the Point strategy where you try to get a quick hit and get out. This is a slow build. Okay, so there's an 8. There's $14. Just a slow build. You're trying to avoid the 10. So if you roll this, if you look at a progression of dice rolling over 100 rolls, you should roll the 5, 6, 8, and 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You should roll that a lot more than you roll a 10. And that's the whole idea about this. If you're patient, and when you do hit the 10, just set it right back up and continue on. There's a 7 out. 7 out doesn't hurt us. We win $3. Hit the repeat button. So over a long period of time, this should yield you some positive results. Again, what's going to hurt you is if you roll that 10 2 or 3 times in a very short period, like back to back or within 2 or 3 rolls. But right now we've rolled, let's roll 15 times. Okay, we've rolled 15 times. We haven't rolled the 10 yet, but we've rolled the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, and the 9. If we add that up, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've rolled the inside numbers counting the 7 10 times. So we've had 10 wins. We've even rolled the 4 2 times. So we've had 12 wins, no losses. So we very quickly have built our bankroll up. So this would be one that you could play slowly, build it up. If you do hit the 10, you've got to just start right back over with this strategy and try it again. There's another 7 out. Let's roll. Let's get to 30 rolls and then we'll analyze what we've done. So there's a repeat. We'll continue here. There's a 5. So putting this in my series of inside bets with a hedge on the 7 kind of makes sense, but we did put a bet on the 4. So it's really more of a cross system but in different than color up and mark the point, we hedge the 7 where they don't. A 7 out would hurt them. So they're trying to avoid the 7 on their first 2 hits or on their first 3 hits. Get that big win. Pull down your original bets. Okay, there's a 7 out. Let's do repeat. Pull down your original bets and play with your winnings, and then try to go to another strategy, a collect and press, anything that might then build up that bankroll with the money that you've already won on your first couple rolls. So we're at 25 rolls. Let's get to 30 and then do a quick analysis. Of course, it looks great when you don't roll a 10. There's 29 rolls. There's 30 rolls. Okay, so if you look at our roll distribution, the 9 rolled a lot more than we expected, but the 10 did not roll at all. So if this was the strategy that you wanted to play and you didn't roll a 10, you're going to pretty much be a guaranteed winner. Because this strategy only loses on a 10. So this was kind of related to what we were doing before, but we're not laddering. We didn't even have to ladder. Even if this was the laddering system, we would never had the opportunity to ladder up. So thanks for my viewer that sent me in the comments. Appreciate it. I wanted to roll it a few times. Looks promising as long as you don't roll the number that you've got the lay bet on. Obviously, we could have put a bet on the 10 and laid the 4. And look what would have happened here. We hit the 4. We rolled the 4 times. So that would have been a much different result. So, rolling strategies really just comes down to how the dice roll. And you have to then react and either put in a variation or change up your strategy or change it up altogether and go with a completely different strategy. But in this case, 30 rolls, did not roll the 10 at all, up $321. I would like to do this for maybe 100 rolls and see, because eventually we have to roll that 10. So the initial thoughts are it's a pretty good strategy. As long as you don't roll the number that your lay bet is behind. And it's different than color up. It's different than mark the point because they don't hedge. They just go across, try to get a couple big hits with big bets at the beginning, and then take those bets down and go with a smaller bet that you can cover with your winnings, and then try to build that up. Okay? So that's going to be the just a very quick roll for today. I appreciate the comments. If I go back and look at that, these comments were from Sly Stallone 2225. Thank you so much for your comments. I told you I'd try it, and I did. It worked out very well. You were basically saying that you've tried it multiple times here also. You said you removed the 4 and 10, just went $10 across. So if you wanted to hedge on the 10, you did not put a place bet on the 10, but you put 115 lay bet. That's fine. I put 120. Pretty much the same. And here's some statistics that you showed. And you were also quick to point out that laddering might help you recover your losses very quickly, but you could also dig even a deeper hole if you hit that lay bet again when you laddered up. So anyway, appreciate your comments. This was a pretty good roll. I would say definitely after 30 rolls, I'd be coloring up and taking my profits and not risking because that 10 is going to come. You know, it's going to come eventually. So I probably would just take the money out now and go to another strategy or call it a day. $321 session on the positive is a good session. So anyway, that's going to be our quick video for today. It's Saturday. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. And as always, thanks for watching.
Hey guys, if you made it this far, please check out these other craps related channels.